if you're catching us live. My name is Nancy, if you've never stopped by before, and this is Dulcie, my daughter. I have a son named Joel, and we are a homeschooling family. My husband is also named Joel. He hasn't done any videos with us other than the slideshows that we do, the slideshows of our family photos and things like that. But anyway, maybe one day we'll talk him into joining us on a live or on a sit-down video. But for the moment, it's just us. So we just came on to Chit Chat for a little while. So I see someone is here with us, and if you'd like to drop us a little chat below, then that's great. We just wanted to come on and say hi, see what everyone is up to. Hi, Gail's Garden, Herbs and More. Thank you so much for joining us. So what are you up to today? If you're still with us. We've just kind of been having a little bit of a lazy day today. Got a little bit of housework done this morning. And we've just been kind of hanging out, chilling out today. So, cleaning around the house. Okay, same here. Same here. That is an everyday job, isn't it? It never ends. We're so glad that you've joined us today. And we're hoping that some more people will come in and say hello. Hi, Life Adventures and Keto. Nice to see you. It's been a little while. We've kind of taken a break from YouTube for a while, and I kind of talk about that in some of the recent videos. If y'all have caught the other lives or watched the replays of the other lives that we've done recently, I kind of talk about that. Been going through some health issues lately, and I'm trusting in the Lord for my healing, though, and I know that He's got this. I know that He's got me in the palm of His hand, and everything's going to be just fine. Oh, okay. You had some garden greens for breakfast this morning. All right, you included them in your breakfast. That's great. I remember growing up, we didn't have a garden, but my grandparents did, and my granddaddy, he would give us things out of the garden, and then, of course, some of our church members would give our family some of their extras that they had that they weren't needing. So my mama would sit up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning canning those vegetables and making jams and jellies and things out of the fruits, and that's what we ate growing up. Thank you so much, Michelle. Well, I was having some pain in my body in the last several years, and I kind of toughed it out for a while, and then I started checking into it, went to a couple doctors, and at first, they told me that maybe it was a virus or whatever, and after 2 or 3 times of them telling me that it was a virus, though, I said, well, what kind of virus is it? Because it keeps on coming back, and yes, I do believe that God gave us the herbs and the plants for medicinal use, as well as eating a healthy way and all that. Yes, we do believe in the herbs. That's right. And he gives doctors wisdom and everything as well, and I believe that too. But I also believe that, what, God doesn't need any help. God can fix us all on His own, and sometimes He chooses to heal us in that way, and sometimes He does use people, and sometimes He does use herbs. But just either way, may His will be done in our lives. Amen. But I went to a couple doctors. They said that, it might have been virus, might have been, just this or that. And after a few times of going, I said, what kind of virus is it? If it's a virus, then I'd like to know, because it seems like it keeps coming back. I'm having these same symptoms over and over, and nobody had any answers really. So That was right after I had Dulcie, for the first couple years after I had her. So it's been a while since I was struggling with that. And then I went to see my primary care physician, and she started running some tests, told me it was possible I had autoimmune disorder. I'd had some hormonal imbalances. I blamed it on that for a couple of years, And a lot of times us women, especially, we don't make time to check up on our health sometimes. We're worried about everybody else and running around, and if it was our husband or our kid, then you know how it is, moms. But yeah, they finally started doing some blood work and urinalysis, all that, and evaluating all my symptoms, and she was leaning towards maybe a autoimmune disorder or something like that, but it kept coming back negative. So praise God. And so one day, though, I was reading with the kids, and I couldn't read the words in the book. I was saying the wrong words. I was saying words that were not in the book, but they were words that rhymed with the words in the book, if that makes sense. And they had a total different significance, though. So I wasn't making any sense that day. And my son actually caught it before I did. And he said something to me, he was like, if you're having trouble reading the book, if you're not feeling well, then let me read. And so I said, well, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Because I didn't even realize, And he started telling me what I was doing. And so my doctor had already told me, if you think of another test that we could run, then call me and let me know. So I did. I called and I talked to the nurse, and I said, I'm having a little bit of trouble getting my words out. And it had happened a couple times in conversation as well. And so she said, well, what are you thinking? How are you feeling? And I said, honestly, at this point, I'd like to do an MRI on my brain if we could do that. And I said, I don't know what we're looking for. I don't know exactly. And she said, yeah. Brain tumors can do that, which is, it's far-fetched, It's not very common that someone would have a brain tumor or brain cancer or anything like that. Very low chance. But she said, we have to rule those things out. And, of course, MS and things like that, multiple sclerosis, because of all the pain issues and the instability in my walking and things like that. I was having some balance issues, in other words. And I still have a little bit of trouble getting my words out. So y'all forgive me if I'm a little bit tongue-tied. But I'm doing better otherwise, though, with the pain and all that. I praise God for that right after Christmas, all of that has gone away. And I just want to give God the glory for that, because I know that He is working on my body. I am claiming my healing. I'm claiming, God is doing something in my body, and I just know it. I can feel it. There's Joel. He did decide to join us. All right, that's my son, y'all. He's 8 years old, and Dulcie is 6. All right, so we did the MRI, and unfortunately it did come back that I have brain disease and also a blocked artery in my brain. So they made me an appointment to see a neurologist, and then the neurologist called me on the phone and said there was no sense in even coming in. She said I needed to go see a neurosurgeon. So thank you so much, Gail. We think that they're just precious. Thank you so much. So anyway, I've got an appointment scheduled very soon to see a neurosurgeon. So we'll see what he says. But like I say, I believe in the Lord. I believe that God's got this regardless of what they say. So doctors can only do so much, right? From what I've understood from the brain disease that they have diagnosed me with, that is a lifelong issue. Is something that will eventually get worse. But like I say, we serve the Lord of Lords, King of Kings. He is the physician of physicians, and my trust is in Him. I know that He has been so good to us, and I'm undeserving of His love. I really am. I do not deserve His mercy. None of us do. We would not be here, though, if it was not for the mercy and the grace of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And so my hope is built on Him He is my foundation. He is my rock. And thank you so much for your prayers. I do really appreciate that. That is the best gift that we could give someone is our earnest prayer. So I really do appreciate that. You're so sweet. Yes. Yes, Michelle. He is always taking care of Mama. And, I never thought that I would be in that position, for my children to have to be watching out for me. And as a mom, I hate that. I honestly do. But I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful that the Lord has deposited his love in them and that they do care, for other members of the family like that. So they're such good kids, such sweet kids. My parents were sick a lot when I was growing up, and so that's why I say, I really hate that they're in this position. I really hate it, but we're doing the best we can, Homeschool had to be kind of put on the side for a little while. We kind of did unschooling after that day, and we're still kind of doing unschooling most days, and then when we get a chance, and I feel like, I'm thinking straight and, having a better day, then we do go ahead and get into the books and all that. And we rely on Homeschool Pop a lot here on YouTube. We enjoy that. It's kind of quirky, kind of funny, but a lot of good information. So I know, Ms. Gal, are you still homeschooling? I have to drink a lot of water. I'm sorry, y'all. You want some water? All right. Are you still here, Gal? Are you still homeschooling your granddaughter? We're getting back in the workbooks and things lately, and not a whole lot, just a couple times a week now. And then the rest of the week we still, okay, your daughter's homeschooling her now. Okay, I knew you were playing a big role in that last year and the year before, but, I believe so. I believe for the last couple years you have. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. But that's great that she is still being homeschooled, though. That's wonderful. I really believe in homeschooling. I believe that it's best for the children, especially with everything going on. But, yeah. So, I was selling some things on eBay not long ago. I started about 5 years ago, I guess. Okay. That's great. That's great that her mom's able to be with her. That's really good. But I'm glad that you were a part of it as well, because I know that was a special bond that you had there with her. I know those were good times. So, and I'll be praying for her as well. I didn't realize that, but I'll keep her in my prayers. Yes, ma'am. All right. So I was selling things for about 5 years on eBay, just as a little side hobby, and it brought in a little bit of income too. I was just able to buy our homeschool supplies, maybe, an outfit or two here and there. And every once in a while I would come up with something for the kids too. So you want to scoot over, let Joel in the picture a little bit better. There we go. And their rules have gotten so strict, though, and it's the laws are changing. The laws are really changing on, selling online. And so it's just about as complicated to sell online as what it is to actually own a store. And, I used to own a small thrift store when my kids were just babies. I was pregnant with Dulcie when we started the thrift store. And then we stopped because the owner of the actual building decided to sell the building to someone else so they could run a gas station there, and they completely demolished the building and started from scratch. And it is a big gas station now where I had my little thrift store. So, but the Lord opened up the door, for us to homeschool, and I enjoy the time that I have here with the kids, but they are growing up. And, after all of these health issues and things get under control, we are seriously talking about opening up another little store. This time it'll be a little different. I want to do a boutique store with some vintage clothes, some curated vintage, and which that just means that I wouldn't let just anything, in the store. I want some high quality vintage pieces, some things that are interesting, and that I would actually go through everything. And yes, thrift stores are so much fun, Gail. I loved having my little store. And so we're talking about doing curated vintage and then resale boutique. So that would just be a little bit higher end than your average thrift store. Back when I had the store before, it was just whatever, whatever came in, donations, things like that. We relied more on that. And, I'll still take some donations and everything when we do open, but it will be more hand-picked items and more, buying things outright. And I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be an interesting way to engage in the community and get to know new people and everything. And there's a lot of people that still remember when we had the little store and they saw, my children growing up, and they'll still greet us in the stores. And a lot of times, with all these issues that I'm having, and I had a wreck about 11 years ago, and so there's some damage in one part of my brain. And so I have a lot of trouble placing people's faces and things like that. And so I don't remember them sometimes, but they remember us. And it feels so good to be able to, reconnect. And they'll call us out, hey, you're the one that had the store. You're the lady that had the little kids, and you were potty training her, or you were, and they remember. And it feels so good when people remind us, hey, I'm so-and-so. I used to come in all the time, and we get to talking, and sometimes we'll talk for 30 minutes in the store, and then I'll say, well, I'll say, do y'all remember this person? No, Mom, I don't remember. I don't either, but, how am I live streaming? I am streaming on my phone, Gail, and you don't have to have 1,000 subscribers on your phone anymore. It used to be that you had to have 1,000 subscribers in order to go live on mobile, but now you don't, and I don't have a computer. So that was something that I had been praying for, honestly, that God would open up doors, because I have the YouTube app is all that I have. I'm just doing it straight from YouTube. I have the YouTube app and the YouTube Studio app on my phone, and then I have a TubeBuddy that helps to organize the videos a little bit better. But I'm live streaming straight from the YouTube app. I had thought that we would have a computer by now with us homeschooling. That was really one of my wishes, is that we would have a computer this year, but he's in 3rd grade now and she is in 1st, and I really wanted to show them typing and things like that this year, but it is what it is, every year brings new challenges, but we're thankful for what we do have. Yeah, you can go through StreamYard and other things, and Michelle, Life Adventures and Keto, she would have more information, I'm sure. She's been doing this a lot longer than what I have. This is my 3rd or 4th live stream, so I'm fairly new at live streaming. I don't know much about it. I just realized actually a couple weeks ago that you could do it from mobile now, because I was thinking there was still, restrictions and everything. And on my first live, I remember I said, you're not going to see this video when I get done, but at least it's live. And then afterwards, I figured out how to change it to public, to where people could actually find it then. It did show up as private in my list of videos, but then I clicked on it and I was able to change it. I'm not very tech savvy. I guess I used to be, 15 years ago, but I haven't caught up with it. I haven't caught up with it yet. So I was when I was a teenager, and then now I've just been away from computers and technology for a while. StreamYard's US free for 20 hours a month, can have up to 6 people on the screen with you. Okay. So if you're interested in having a group of people, then that would be nice. StreamYards is easy for you. Okay. Yeah, if you're interested in doing, okay. Is, not US. All right. If you're interested in having like a group streaming, then that would be good. That might be something, we might could think about something like that, maybe doing a worship together, or something like that. I've seen some of the other channels do things like that. That would be about the only thing that I would be interested in, because so many people have so many different opinions and so many different so many different things going on. Or maybe like a live homeschool mom chat, things like that. Maybe share ideas with each other. That would be something that might be cool. Hadn't really ever thought about sharing the screen, but that might actually be cool. I remember Lisa used to do that. I don't know if she still does, but Lisa used to do that. I was like that too at first, Gail. And a while back, when you could log on to the YouTube studio on your phone, I had put moderators and things, just in case, I wanted to go live, or I was eligible to go live one day. And now that they've taken that away and just put it in the app and things like that, I don't. Okay. Now I don't know how to change that. I don't know how to change my moderators. Do you have to use a computer to change your moderators, or is there a way to do that mobile? Oh, okay. More needed on StreamYards. Okay. Because that's something that I'm still concerned about, doing the lives. I'm a little bit concerned that, one day there's going to be somebody that comes on and, gives too much of their opinion, or maybe says something ugly, and, we're not about that. So I definitely wouldn't want that to happen. But, of course, I do have my YouTube settings to where if something inappropriate was to come up, then it's supposed to not let it go through. You can do it on mobile, not at the same time of the streaming the live. Okay. I just haven't figured out how to do that. I remember I did it a long time ago, but it was like I went onto youtube.com and did it, or youtube.com/studio, something like that. And then I got it to where it was like desktop version, but on my phone, if that makes sense. And then now I don't see that as an option, because they moved everything over to the app, and I don't see anything in the app to change moderators. But I don't know. Because I had made some people moderators back then, and I'm not really connected with them now. And press the person's comment of which you want as a mod. Then it comes up 3 dots, and you can choose. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'll check into that. Okay. Yeah, because I don't know. I'm still a little bit scared sometimes, I guess, to do a live, because I know that is possible, that somebody could come on and cause problems. I've seen it happen, and I've seen it happen with even the ones that just would come on like us. Oh, that is better. That's better lighting. Thank you. So my husband is good at working in the background, even though he doesn't do sit-down chats with us. He just brought me a light in. I appreciate that. I've seen it happen to people that were just hanging out talking like this, and then I've seen it happen even when they're trying to do Bible studies and things like that. And, that's just so disrespectful. You don't have to believe the way, somebody else does or whatever. Now my cat's going to check out the light, so it's dimming now. They're standing right in front of it like, what is this thing? So curious. I guess it smells different. It's safer on YouTube versus StreamYard. So that's kind of what I figured, yeah. Yeah. That's kind of what I figured. But I wasn't sure. Yes, why don't y'all just take a bath right in front of the nice light? That's good.
They're weird.
My cats are just showing out. We have too many cats. If y'all want some cats, just let us know. My mama cat had 7 babies just a couple months ago. She had 5, and I thought she was done, but I saw her belly, and I was like, okay, you look like you're still pregnant, but surely, surely not. And so it had been like an hour since she had the 5th one. So I moved her from one box to another, and cleaned up, and then I put her back inside that box. So I made her stand up and walk over there. Just that movement, that exercise that I was making her do, I guess, caused her to have more contractions, just enough that she went ahead and had the 6th baby. And so then I cleaned her up again. I cleaned her space up, and then, I went and told everybody, hey, she had another one that's 6. And then I went to take a shower, and as soon as I walked back inside my bedroom, she looked at me and said, ow! And I thought, oh my gosh, here we go again. She let out the 7th one. Oh man. She'd had 4 before that. She had 4, right? Yeah. Her first litter was just 4 kittens.
One of the orange ones?
No, she had 5 before.
Oh, she had 5.
Yeah,
she had 5, but then one
One
died.
of the orange ones is ginormous.
Yes. Y'all saw him in the other video. One of them from her first litter. They are how many months old? 7 months old? I think he's 7 months old, and he is huge.
Oh, yeah, 7.
Yes, the number of completion. Oh, me. She is just a mess. She is playing with her babies all the time, running around chasing them. She's full of energy now. When she first had them, she was just so exhausted until we got 5 of them out, We gave them away, and then we're left with 2 now. So she's starting to get her strength back now. She's wanting to play with them, so. So as you can imagine, they're just all running around the house, and then, we have the daddy, and then, like I said, we have Lion is from the first litter, and then Sprinkles is from the first litter. So they still think that they're babies, and they still are technically, even though Lion is a big lion.
Yeah.
He looks like he has
like
this
a baby.
mane, He's got long hair, so he looks like he has this mane going around his head, and
I named him.
he's 8 pounds, 8.5.
Yes.
Yeah, 8.5
And
pounds.
then the daddy
7
is
months old.
10 pounds.
The daddy is 10 pounds, yes.
10.5.
Ginormous.
10.5.
So I can only imagine how much that big lion is going to. No, there are no mice here. Good thing, no mice. There are very few flies that get past them too. They usually snatch them up real fast. So we're thankful for that. That's right. They do serve their purpose. They are good hunters. We love our cats, though. I've had a dog before, but I really, really love the cats. They are so sweet. Each one of them has their own personality. Of course, all animals do. I just love all of God's creatures. They're just precious. Are y'all dog people or cat people? Some people like birds. Some people have birds. I always thought I would want a bird, but
I want a parrot.
you want a
Me
parrot?
too, yeah. It can copy me.
She wants a monkey. I think she is a monkey. I think she's enough. Nah, she's not a monkey. All right, well, what are y'all planning to do the rest of the day? I think we're going to go shopping again in a little while. Dog, but you're just allergic to cats.
I don't really like dogs.
Chihuahuas are special, yes. I think a lot of dogs are pretty. I think they're really pretty.
I
I'm
like
not
the most
scared of
fluffy
dogs.
ones of dogs.
And if you train them, you know, take them out and everything, then, you know, that's not so messy, but I guess work to have to take them out. But a lot of them are trained, you know, just a couple times a day, so. Okay. All right. Well, I think we're gonna get off of here because we're gonna go shopping here in a little while, and then we're gonna go to church tonight. And so we have services on Friday nights and Sundays, and Wednesdays we have prayer. Usually really busy, but today it's just been kind of quiet, just cleaning, and now here online. Yeah, that's me too. Usually I'm running around like a chicken with its head cut off, but today's been more of a quiet day for us too. We've enjoyed today just hanging out together and chilling. So thank y'all for joining us, and we'll try to do another one of these. Just sit down and chat with everyone here shortly, and of course we'll continue our Bible studies and our homeschool updates and things as well. But thank y'all so much for joining us, and we're going to go ahead and sign off now, and I hope y'all have a great rest of the day and a wonderful weekend. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying that.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Y'all have a great rest of the day. God bless.